Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome, thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be like a project pan use up video, and I want to use up these 20 products in 2020. 19 of these I want to completely use up. One product, which is the eyeshadow palette, is just going to be me trying to use up shadows as well as panning other shadows. But I have a list here in my notebook written down with 20 products right now, and this way I'm also able to write a little note on the items for when I do empties videos. I'm sorry I didn't do like a 2019 end of the year empties. It's just with moving I took pictures of certain items that I used up while everything was packed up, and I just had items on my phone, like a bunch of items in one picture, and I didn't think that that'd be a really fun empties video. And I've got a couple items from moving, but I figured I would just not do an empties video for end of 2019 and just start fresh in 2020 just to see how much I can use up, because I am going to be putting myself on a no buy / low buy. I'll do a more in-depth video on that after this one with like rules and everything I have for myself. But either way, this will be like a rolling project pan, rolling use up type video. Just because I want to get use out of my products and get stuff used up if I can. So I figured just keeping a list would make it easy for me, because then that way I can see how many products I'm actually using up and getting my money's worth out of, instead of just having them all go to waste. Alright, so I'm going to be doing this with some other people, because I know everybody has different upload schedules and whatnot. The playlist link is down below. Yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. If you guys want to see the items I want to use up and hit pan on, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm gonna start off in like makeup order, I guess, just to make it easier. I have two primers I want to use up. The first primer I want to use up is the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and this one you can see has the little line here of where it's at right now. This is a little bit older of a primer, so I just want to get some good use out of it. I do really like it. It's what I'm using on my face today. Next is the Mary Kay face primer, and I can't exactly tell where it is, because if I go to squeeze it to get like an even line, primer just keeps coming out. So I want to say with the light I'm about here, so hopefully I can get through this and not have it be bad. But yeah, it's a good primer. I don't sell Mary Kay anymore, and they aren't like my absolute favorite, but they aren't like horrible products either, so I do just want to get some use out of it and get my money's worth. So I have one foundation right now which I want to use up, because it is, I think, the oldest foundation in my collection at the moment, and this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and this is in the shade 118. And it's my all-time favorite foundation. I use out of this one and then work through my other foundations before buying more foundations. Alright, so I have 4 concealers to use up. I've got 2 of the Tarte Shape Tapes and 2 of the Mary Kay ones. Well, one of the Mary Kays is a concealer, the other is like the corrector brightener. I've been using these underneath foundation instead of over top foundation lately, because they are a little bit too light for me right now. But they also work as really good eyeshadow primers, bases. So I figured, you know, use the Shape Tape Concealer. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone there, and hopefully I can get these used up. I never saw the hype with brighteners, but now after I use this one up, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pick one up, because oh gosh, does it make a difference if I have the concealer in the shade beige, and this is a much better color for me than the Tarte ones, so this does help me make it a little bit closer to my skin tone versus a little bit too light. So item I want to use up is the Becca Hydra Mist powder, and this one was actually from my friend, because she ended up receiving one in her Boxycharm and she's like, I don't need 2 of them, and she didn't really like it. I love this powder, but yeah, I know a lot of people are like, they either love it or they hate it, but I would never pay the full price for this, because I think it's like $39, and that's expensive for the amount of product you get. But it is a nice powder. I got this from her, and I do have a backup of one, because I was like the gift for signing up for Boxycharm that month. So I have another one right now, so I just want to use this up. And I've literally used it so much since getting it. Here is the line of where I'm at with the product. It's kind of estimated because it depends on like exactly keeping it in the exact same spot as when I drew the lines, but there's really not that much left of it. So the powder I want to use up, loose powder wise, is the RCMA No Color Powder. And I didn't even realize, but it's pretty much right where the top of the label is. So I've got a long ways to go, but I do have until the end of the year to use this up. And it's a really good loose powder. But I think the only reason I've stopped using this for so long was because I hate the packaging of it. It's like a little shaker thing. So you literally have to like put some in the cap and then, you know, get it from there. Or you stick like your sponge in here and like push the product up. It's just a pain to use. So I think I'm going to use this up and then pour this into here just to make it easier to use. And I have these in the Z palette here, but I just want to use up the Mary Kay bronzer. I've hit slight pan in there just as of doing my makeup today. And then the Mary Kay pressed powder. And this is the shade Beige 1. And I just have it in here because I don't have the little plastic that I come with anymore. And so I have this glow kit, but I just want to use up this Sunburst shade. I just want to use up this shade because I've already hit pan on it. It's my favorite highlighter shade in this palette. And yeah, this is the last face product. I want to use up the Mary Kay setting spray. This is one of those that's to prolong your makeup. It's not like the continuous setting mist where it's just gonna like melt in the product. This is for longevity. So left, and it really does hold my makeup well, so I want to just use it up. I have two brow products. I have Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, and this is the triangle tipped one. This is how much I have left right now. I do prefer the Precisely My Brow or just smaller tipped brow pencils, but this was on sale for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, so I decided to pick it up, and it is really nice. I use it mainly to fill in the tail of my brow more than it is to just like draw on my brow because the tip is a little bit thicker. But it is a really nice brow pencil. And I have the Benefit Ka-Brow in shade 5, and I've used this for so long. I've got a lot of the product like up on the edges there because I mixed in the Inglot Duraline just to, you know, zhuzh it up a little bit so it's still usable. And I really like the packaging because brush in here and you just turn it around and you got your full-on brow brush without using this tiny little thing. So next I want to use up the NYX Epic Ink. This is my favorite liquid liner from the drugstore at the moment out of anything I've tried. So black, so pigmented, really long lasting, and I use it all the time, and I just want to use it up until it dries out and has no more ink left in it, not just because it dried out from, you know, drying out. 3 lip products. I've got the Too Faced Lip Injections Extreme, and I did do a little line here, but from using it, some of the product is still up here, but I've got about 1/4 of the product left. Then I want to use up the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow liquid lipstick because it's on its last legs, I can already tell, but it's such a pretty color. I need to find other liquid lipsticks that are this color. Lipstick formula, it's a good color. Just if you go like this, just pretend I'm using up a brown liquid lipstick and just forget I said who the brand is. Done. Next is this NYX lip oil. I can't tell where this is at because I had it on its side earlier and it just looked weird, and then I have it like this and it makes it look like I've only used up this much, which I know I've used up a lot more. I like to put this on, give it the little plumping feeling, and then just put a little bit of this on top as I'm doing my makeup, and then I do my makeup and I finish off with my liquid lipstick. So it is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you can see this palette is so well loved. I use these 3 shades a lot here, These two shades are actually pretty light, so depending on my skin tone, I'll use usually one of these to set the base or like eyeshadow primer. But they are really pretty colors. I have a lot of these shades on my eyes today. So I have all of these shades on my eyes here on the top row except for Cypress Umber. And I did a little bit of Red Ochre and Venetian Red as well. But yeah, I want to pretty much use up Tempera, Golden Ochre, Vermeer, and Primavera, as well as pretty much hit pan on most of the other shades. This shade here I can use for my brows. So I feel like most of the shades I can pretty much get pan in. It's pretty old. It's one of my oldest palettes in my collection. So I just want to get some good use out of this. Obviously I don't think I'm going to finish every single shade in the palette, but that's why I'm giving myself the finishing 4 shades and just trying to hit pan on the other ones. Alright guys, so that was it for my products I want to use up in 2020. Let me know if you want me to do like monthly updates or like updates every 3 months on the progress of what I've been using up. If you guys like the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the little bell notification so you guys know every single time I upload. And yeah, I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!